guys, today we're going to work on step-by-step of the forehand. So I have a ball machine right here feeding me some tennis balls for us. And the idea is I don't want to just, do a swing and go through it and show you what the pros do better than I can do, right? We're not trying, I'm definitely not here to do that. But the key is I'm going to try to break it down how I would do a lesson with you on a forehand, okay? So the first thing I would have you do is kind of making sure we're using our non-dominant hand, because when we swing at the ball, we usually use just our arm. And that can be a problem, not just because it's bad technique, but also because it's going to be hard on the body, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is get in your ready position. When the ball is coming, I want you to catch the ball as best you can in front of you. So the idea is you want to be here when you're about to hit the ball, so every time, okay? So that's the key first. So once you catch the ball here, I don't want you to swing at it. I want you to turn, and I want you to look back at your racket, okay? If your racket is like this, you're going to be very flat, and that means you're going to come over the ball. You're not going to come over the ball very well. You're not going to hit with a lot of spin. So what I tell the kids when they catch the ball and look back, they should be able to pat the dog. My last name is Wolf, so I say pat the wolf, okay? So the idea though is once I get in this position, then I can take a swing, dragging the leg of my racket head back here, and I can actually take a swing at it, okay? But the first part, remember, is here, look back, pat the dog, then drop and try to lift under the ball, okay? So again, I'm here, pat the dog, and watch my racket gets under and lifts over the ball. The key though is to make sure you feel this without even having to look. So maybe you're like, okay, I'm good, and you're like this, and you're like, oh, that's not gonna work, because then I'm gonna be hitting very flat. So we gotta make sure we feel comfortable here in this position. So again, the ball's coming, I'm here, and then watch, I'm gonna throw the butt of the racket forward, and then there's where I'm gonna make contact over the ball, all right? So the key is to be able to throw the butt of the racket forward, drive the butt of the racket forward so you can make contact in front of you, okay? So again, here we go. Ball's coming, I turn, I make sure I can pat the dog, and then I'm gonna drop it, and I'm gonna swing. Now look where I finish too. So I'm gonna finish to my left hand, and notice my left arm didn't drop. I see a lot of this, where players will be here, they'll drop, and then their arm drops. See how this didn't get out of the way? You wanna get this shoulder out of the way. So when you catch it and you're patting the dog, you gotta get the arm out of the way. It got the left arm out of the way, so when I'm taking a swing, a full swing at the ball, I wanna make sure that I'm turning correctly and I'm able to get my shoulder out of the way. So I'm using my shoulders, not my arm. So I always look for this. If this is not moving during your swing, your front shoulder, you're just arming. So it looks like this. So you might be here and then here. See how I almost hugged myself? That's all arm. We don't want to do that. We want to use the core and shoulders. So again, we're here, we drop, we pat the dog, we get under the ball and lift. The next step is kind of what I just did. I want you to be able to swing and catch it with your left hand and let it go into your left hand. So the idea then is that I'm going to be able to be so relaxed in my hand that I can transfer it to my left hand. So I'm going here all the way out. So again, we're gonna pat the dog, we're gonna catch it. So we're gonna work on our unit turn, and we're gonna have the ball in front, drop, and then I'm gonna go to my left hand, okay? So the idea then is to have a loose grip, right? So once you have that feeling, then you can try to progressively try to swing like the ball is actually coming at you, all right? So you get in your ready position, you turn, and you pat the dog, and then you go through the ball. And you kind of watch the ball. If the ball doesn't have a lot of spin, it's probably because your strings aren't facing down. You might be coming up. That's the awkward part about the forehand is notice my strings don't change. I don't change the angle through my palm. I keep it here. So the swing is the same all the way through, and then I just release the tension. And that's where I want you to grab the hand or put the racket in your opposite hand, okay? So once you can do that, then you're good to start taking some swings at the ball and just feel that rotation, and you should not be swinging very hard. When the ball is coming, notice that I am swinging, I'm starting my swing way early, okay? But notice my position on the pat the dog. Pat the dog, go forward. Pat the dog, go forward. And then just watch the ball have spin. So you go through, all the way out, I'm watching the ball, ball's bouncing pretty high, and that allows me to have a really good swing at the ball. So let's take a look at that at the angle from a different perspective. And I'm not going to really say much, but I'm going to show you guys the progressiveness. As you can see, the ball coming at you, and you're like I'm going to be you basically, so you can see what that looks like. So take a look.